The year is 1883. The place, St. Bertrand de Comminges. A decayed town clinging to the spurs of the Pyrenees in southern France. It was once a bishopric, a center of power. Now it is a ghost town, inhabited by less than 1,000 souls and the silence of centuries. Enter Dennistoun, a Cambridge man, an Englishman abroad. He is not a ghost hunter. He is something far more dangerous to himself, an intellectual, an archaeologist. He has come to St. Bertrand for the cathedral, armed with a camera and a notebook, ready to dissect the past. He expects architecture. He expects history. He does not expect to find something that has been waiting in the dark since the 17th century. His guide is the sacristan, a dry, wizened little man who moves with the jerky, nervous energy of a hunted animal. He is perpetually glancing over his shoulder. His back is hunched, muscles tight, as if expecting a blow. Dennistoun notices the fear, but dismisses it as the quirk of a henpecked husband or a man with a guilty conscience. He ignores the warning signs. He is too busy photographing the choir stalls, too busy cataloging the dust of ages. The sun sets. The cathedral grows cold. The shadows lengthen in the nave. Dennistoun pushes the sacristan to stay, to let him finish his notes. The old man is terrified. "Leave Monsieur alone in the church?" he stammers. "No, no!" He refuses to leave Dennistoun's side. He refuses to be alone in the dark. Eventually, they return to the sacristan's house for tea. It is here, in the safety of a domestic living room, that the trap is sprung. The sacristan hesitates, then produces a book. Not a holy text, a scrapbook. A chaotic collection of manuscript leaves cut from the cathedral's library during the chaos of the Revolution. Dennistoun opens it. He sees music sheets, illuminated capitals, legal documents. And then, near the end, he finds it, a sepia drawing. It depicts a biblical scene, Solomon judging the demons. But the focus isn't on the king. It is on a figure in the corner. A soldier, dead, his armor crushed, his eyes starting from his head in absolute terror. And standing over him, something else. The artist has drawn it with a loving, horrific precision. It is thin, skeletal. Its skin is dry and dusty, like the parchment itself. It has long, spider-like arms and nails that look like talons. But the face is a mask of pure, malevolent intelligence. It is not a cartoon. It is a portrait. Dennistoun is captivated. He buys the book for 250 francs, a bargain. He walks back to his hotel, the heavy volume tucked under his arm, feeling the smug satisfaction of a collector who has scored a prize. He does not know that he has just bought his own nightmare. He sits in his hotel room. The night is quiet. He examines the drawing again. He reads the inscription on the back. Gareth Alberic de Mauleon, 1694. The canon who created this scrapbook. And a question. Responsa. The answer. The canon asked a question of the dark, and this thing was the answer. Dennistoun places the book on the table. He sits with his back to it, gazing out at the moonlit Pyrenees. He feels a presence, not a spiritual presence, a physical one. A rough, hairy object brushes against his hand. He thinks it is a moth. He looks down. It is not a moth. A hand, thin, dusty, spider-like, is resting on the table. It is gray. It is covered in coarse hairs. And it is groping for the book.
Dennistoun freezes. His mind rejects what he is seeing. He looks up. And there, rising from behind the table, is the face from the drawing, the canon's answer. It is real. It is here. It breathes. A low, dry hiss fills the room. The creature lunges. Dennistoun screams. The sound shatters the silence of the dead town. The hotel staff rush in. The door bursts open.
The thing is gone, vanished back into the shadows, or into the book itself. But the evidence remains. The book is there, and on the table, in the dust, is the mark of a hand that no human being could have made. Dennistoun survives. He sells the book to a museum in Cambridge. He tells his story to M.R. James. But he never travels alone again. He never sits with his back to an open room. He knows that some doors, once opened, can never fully closed. The canon asked a question. Dennistoun found the answer, and the answer is waiting somewhere in the archives, watching from the page.